Hey everyone, I wanted to take some time to walk through our 6 main modules that we have built into our bulk table enrichment service on our BetterEnrich platform. So, one quick way is you can see immediately on the left hand side the waterfall enrichment and social enrichment and normalization. But when you're in the bulk table mode, as an example, you can then click add enrichment and you'll see the 6 main modules. So let's go through them one by one. So waterfall enrichment, it has 4 main functions. So one is finding work emails. Second is finding a personal emails. Third is finding mobile phone numbers. And the fourth is finding people at a company, irrespective of hierarchy or seniority level, using our own proprietary waterfall data enrichment service. Second main module is social enrichment, finding social media URLs from websites. So being able to extract that valuable information directly from the domain. Finding LinkedIn profile data by personal email or using a work email to retrieve that. Finding a LinkedIn profile also using email, but this is the URL itself, not the actual data. And then finding URL by the name, right? So of course, finding the Facebook profile URL as well. And we're continuing to add more and more functions to the second main module. So third is normalization. So normalizing company name, harmonizing and cleansing and qualifying and validating and standardizing the person's name. So if the person's name is John Smith and it's Jon and it's lowercase, this will normalize it into the proper format of being capitalized, the first letter, etc. So that's the third main module. The fourth module is when it starts getting really interesting, is you can use Magic AI. So this is our own function where we are leveraging our in-house artificial intelligence app itself, or you can use an open AI API like for GPT and the latest models to be able to do the processing itself. But what you would do is you would prompt it to say, look at the country name and make sure that it's in X, Y, and Z format. Look at the person's name and make sure you're only extracting out the first name. Look at the person's name, extract out the gender, and also extract out the last name. Try to infer what the suffix would be, right? Or the potential title using other referential information. So leverage all of the data fields you can to be able to infer X, Y, and Z. So you can do that using Magic AI, where you just click the backslash and then you see all of the different columns of data that can be leveraged for this particular table that we're using. Another main function is checking phone line type and status. Another one is checking the email service provider from email and domain, verifying normal emails with million verifier, verifying catch-all emails with catch-all verifier, checking gender full name, finding websites. Then our fifth module is integrations. So this allows you to be able to plug our BetterEnrich API or webhook service directly into your own infrastructure. So it natively will integrate into your tech stack. So you can push the data to Claytable. You can scrape Sales Navigator data also using Vayne. You can set up all of the plug directly into our API endpoints. You can import from a foreign source. So that's the whole basis of BetterEnrich, and the whole basis of data enrichment services is you're enriching a data set using external data sources that are third party to what you natively have access to within your flat file. And then you can import from a webhook. So webhooks are usually used for real-time data processing. So if you're in events and a meeting company and you're running a particular exhibitor show, for example, and you have a prospect scan their badge, immediately upon the scan, it'll create an event, and that event will be sent to the webhook, and then that information can be captured there and there. And you can run contextual ads. You can do contextual-based proposals, depending on who the person is, whether or not they have access to a particular budget, whether or not they have certain interests and likes that or a certain affinity towards a product that you are trying to offer. So that's an example of how to leverage webhooks. And then functions, these are extracting out first name, last name, full name, domains, and then conditional based outputs. This is something I really, really like, where you can do so much with this, where you can just say, I want to look at the seniority and say, if this seniority is CEO, then say, I want the output to be executive. And then if it's not, then you say non-executive or non-founder or non-leader. And then, or you can combine that with another column as well. So it's completely flexible to what you need. And then you can auto run it or only run based upon specific conditions that are met. So say only run if the seniority for that particular prospect is CEO, and make sure that it's somebody who's working in this department, right? Or what would probably be better in that situation would be you set this to director and you say, I want the department to start with engineering, right? And then you click save and then it'll automatically will run. So those are the main functions. And I really hope you find that helpful. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go through each and every one